a very good evening to you. And welcome along once again to Sweet and Swing here on Max Radio. My name's Howard Kane. Pleasure to have your company as always as we head towards Christmas. So what does that mean? Well, of course it means more cheery music, but we'll carry on the right road, a bit more classic motoring music, more from Mel Torme, perhaps a last shout from ENSA and the boys and girls. But cheery music in a Christmassy mood, I think. To sprinkle from top to bottom. Ah, what a way to get going. Jingle Bells, of course, with Benny Goodman and the boys back in, I don't know, about 1930s, is that somewhere around about there? 1950s, late 1930s? At a guess, 1935, but not far off, mid-1930s. Wonderful stuff in any case. How are we all? Are you all prepared? Unlike me, no doubt. Some wonderful trees around, it has to be said. Beautiful. Top marks to all the people out in Crosby as I drive home there every evening. And on that terrace of houses on the right-hand side. It's not actually a true terrace, but you know what I mean as you're driving, heading towards Peel. On the right-hand side, there's a lovely row of houses there. And there's always some spectacular trees in there. And one person in particular always starts them all off very early, in November, which I know is... It divides opinion, doesn't it? Some people, far too early, and I say, you know what, if it brings you joy, it's certainly not upsetting me. It brings a little bit of colour and brightness into my life. Always makes me smile. I always look for the first one of the season, and it's usually way before December. And you know what, if that's your bag, who am I to tell you it's right or wrong? Enjoy it. Now, of course, the whole lot, pretty much, not every house, but most of them, lit up, quite literally, with fairy lights and trees and indoor trees and outdoor trees and inflatable Santas, all sorts of things going on. Wonderful, always love it. Brings a smile to your face, doesn't it, as you're driving past. Which reminds me, I've got to get our tree up this weekend one way or another. We'll be sprinkling a little bit of Christmas cheer in along the way, with some other bits of goodies like this, the farewell concert from Ted Heath. He went on for so long and so many great musicians passed through the band. And this is a great collection I saw on the shelves as I was thinking of something for this evening. I thought, we haven't featured this for a long time. Well, not Ted in generally, but I don't think I've used this 2-CD set of the farewell concert ever, as far as I'm aware. I stand to be corrected on that one. Anyway, here we go. And it's Malcolm Laycock, I think, doing a little bit of the chatting and talking about the bands. And here, I'm going to introduce this track coming up, and indeed the composer, who's a name well known to any lovers of British jazz, and certainly a gentleman I had the pleasure of seeing on numerous occasions and chatting to once or twice. No longer with us, sadly, but brilliant, one of the best British jazz pianists. Anyway, he'll tell you more.
Now, the wonderful jazz personality Stan Tracy was a member of this band for some time. He did some wonderful playing, did some arrangements and some compositions. Here's one of them for you. It's called Baby Blue.
Wonderful stuff. Don Lusher introducing the farewell concert from the Ted Heath Band at the Royal Festival Hall. And a tune by Stan Tracy. Yeah, Baby Blue. Wonderful Stan Tracy. Of course, you forget that he played with Geraldo as well earlier on. But he certainly played with Ted Heath for some time and did quite a bit of composing for him as well. And you can sort of hear those Stan Tracy lines in that composition as well, I think. And if you've never checked out some of Stan's own work, God goodness me, there's so much great stuff you should check out. Good starting place, if you don't know Stan's work, Under Milkwood Suite, I would say, perhaps his most famous work, but there's lots. And his very last one, I think, called The Flying Pig, was his last ever album, and that's well worth checking out as well. Wonderful stuff from beginning to end with Stan, a very understated man. And I can do no better than quote the great Sonny Rollins, who, when he heard Stan supporting him at Ronnie Scott's back in the 1950s, said to people, "Does anyone know how good this guy really is?" I don't know whether people in Britain ever really did or not. Right, where are we going to go from there? How about back to 1934? All I Do Is Dream of You. And that's Sid Bookman on vocals with Roy Fox.
With the dawn I still go on and dream of you. You're every thought, you're everything, you're every song I ever sing. Summer, winter, autumn and spring, and were there more than 24 hours a day, they'd be spent in sweet content, dreaming away. When skies are gray, when skies are blue, morning, noon, and nighttime too, all I do the whole day through is dream of you.
Sid Bookman taking the vocals, Roy Fox and the boys. And Sid Bookman, well, perhaps one of the, I don't know, would you call him lesser known or not? I don't know, that's a fair comment one way or another. Instrumentalist, vocalist with quite a few bands back in the day, notably Roy Fox, but he also sang and played with Billy Turnant, Jack Hilton and Billy Cotton. So he was playing with the big boys, as they say. Certainly can't get much better than Billy Cotton and Billy Turnant and such like. I mean, yeah, he's way up there, but it's like a cracked record saying who remembers them now, isn't it? It's not a name that's going to trip off many people's tongues these days. But yeah, nice. Oh dear, there goes something dropped off the table altogether. Has anyone died? No? Oh well, that's good. We'll carry on. Yes, it's surprising that Perhaps not surprising that there were so many singers, I guess, back in the day, in the heyday of the big bands and such like. There were so many good singers knocking around. Perhaps it's not surprising that for everyone we remember, like Al Bowley, there are another 6 or 7 who have disappeared into the mists of time. That's the way it goes, isn't it? I suppose that's the way life goes as well, in general. Let's not get too maudlin. It's almost Christmas. What are the boys and girls at ENSA up to? Well, find out.
Presenting Top of the List, the Forces Hit Parade of specially requested songs and dance tunes, played today by the RAOC Augmented Blue Rockets and sung by our guest vocalist, Beryl Davis.
Anticipating your joy at the prospect of meeting Beryl Davis, the Blue Rockets warn you in advance, don't sweetheart me, or should I say her.
Sweetheart me, if you don't mean it, don't talk sweet words if they're not true. Don't tear my heart like it was paper, because my heart loves only you. You can't go wrong sweethearting others and then pretend that I'm yours exclusively. Love must be true, mean what you're saying unless you do. Don't sweetheart me.
Ah, yes, the boys and girls at ENSA. I think that's probably the last from them before, well, for this year in any case. Will be more Christmassy next week. Wonderful stuff in any case, though. Cozy, concerto for Cozy, I think we heard, didn't we? And then top of the list, ROC Blue Rockets Dance Orchestra, preparing the way for Beryl to come on stage as well. But she'll have to wait for the time being, it has to be said. You can't go wrong with a bit of the old ENSA, it has to be said. I think it's a bit time for more Christmas cheer. Like I said, we're sprinkling a little bit in. This one is it could be a Marmite one, I don't know. It's something a little bit different and probably on the sweet side of Sweet and Swing. A bit of a medley for you. See what you can pick out. I imagine you'll know most of the tunes. But it's recorded by Big Ben Banjo Band. Yes, I'm not kidding. Yes. Well, I told you it was quirky. I know. It's could be a Marmite one, that couldn't it? One way or another. Well, it's fun, isn't it? It's up market. It's up not up market. It's up tempo. It's up sort of. It's cheery and up, whatever way you perceive it. Anyway, how did you get on with the medley? Whether you like the banjo, Big Ben and his banjo band or not, from the 1950s. Well, yeah, the jury's out on that one, isn't it? However, did you get the medley? He started off with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, followed by Jingle Bells, followed by Where Did My Snowman Go? Then I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus, the Christmas Alphabet, and then finished off with, of course, Walking in Women's Underwear, as they used to say, in a winter wonderland. Yes. Perhaps we could better an antidote to that one. How about some Mel Torme?
Bye bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland. You're my baby. Dig you in the land of Nod. Hold tight, baby. We'll be swinging up in dreamland all night, baby. Where the little cherubs trod.
Look at that knocked out moon, been a blowing his top in the blue. Never saw the likes of you.
What an angel. Bye bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland. Don't cry, baby. It was divine, but the rooster has finally crowed. Time to hit the road. Bye bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland.
There ain't no sense sitting on the fence all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no thrill by the watermill all by yourself in the moonlight. There ain't no fun sitting beneath the trees, giving yourself a hug, giving yourself a squeeze. Love so far sitting on the grass all by yourself in the moonlight. yourself in the moonlight. All by yourself in the moonlight. All by yourself in the moonlight.
All by yourself in the moonlight. I hope that's not you this Christmas. It's going to be a bit of a sad state of affairs if it was. Fingers crossed. Bert Furman with Maurice Elwyn on the vocals from way back in 1929, which is, well, going back a wee, you can remember that far back. You're doing better than I. That's all I can say. He was an interesting character, Maurice Elwyn, born back in 1896, but a sort of modest sort of chap, but very prolific. His real name was Norman MacPhail Blair, but over the course of his career he used not one, not two, not three, but 60 pseudonyms. I'm not going to rattle them all off. I don't think I know them all as well. And he recorded, among others, with Bertini, Harry Bidgood, Hammond Darowski, Bert Furman, Jack Hilton, Arthur Lally, Ronnie Monroe, DeBroy Summers, Carol Gibbons, Nat Starr, Jay Wilbur. And then during the 1930s, he opened a school for voice coaching and trained quite a few famous names, including Maureen O'Hara, Annette Mills, Julie Dawn, June Mallow, and George Barclay. And he also assisted Al Bowley, as well as Kevin O'Connor, Les Allen. Not bad, huh? No mean achievement. And he was devoted to his wife, Zena, and after she died back in the late 1960s, he gave over the rest of his life to helping aspiring composers. Quite a man, as I say. 60 pseudonyms. How can you have that many pseudonyms? I mean, how did he remember who he was? It sounds absolutely impossible. Right, something to stretch out to. Go and put the kettle on. Go and refresh your glass of red wine or top up your whiskey. Ginger wine, sherry. 'Tis Christmas. Small glass of sherry. You can have another one. It's Friday night. You have my permission. I know the doctor said don't, but another glass of sherry Christmas surely is all right. As we think about those baubles, bangles and beads with Eddie Thompson and his trio. Oh, yes, he could play, couldn't he? Eddie Thompson with his trio, the Bösendorfer concert from 1980. And Eddie, again, one of those small handful of select few who I can put my hand on my heart and say I got to know a bit, because he did play on the Alabama several times and came and stayed at Music Man Tower's mum and dad's house before, or after the concert and before the concert. So I think they'd come in quite often the day before, or maybe the day, but certainly to spend the night with us in any case and have supper and such like. So yes, I can say I did meet Eddie on more than one occasion, and a great character he was too, with his guide dog, whose name escapes me. But he had a wonderful guide dog who my mum used to be very fond of. Yeah, quite often the guide dog would mum would take him for a walk while Eddie was playing, and then come back and sit underneath the piano stool while he finished the concert. Wonderful stuff. But I'll tell you who else was playing with, wouldn't I? All the Petes. Pete Stables on bass, Pete Taylor on drums, and like I said, recorded in Nottingham in October of 1980, which rather worryingly will be 44 years ago. No, don't think about it. Probably best. It's coming up that way, isn't it? Over 43. Coming up. No, just don't go there. Don't go there. Right. Bit of motoring music. I think this is our last one again for this year. On the Right Road. We've been enjoying these weird and wonderful, real mixer of music from all sorts of people. From, I don't know, the likes of Ronald Binge and goodness knows who else, George Melacrino. But in this case, the wonderful Fats Waller. Us on a bus.
Us on the bus, riding on for hours through the flowers. When the passengers make room, whisper bride and groom, that's us on a bus. 2 in 1 seat, love on every detour. You can be sure that I'll show you how it feels to honeymoon on wheels with 2 in 1 seat. Slow down, Route 27 is the nearest thing to heaven I know. Speed up, start hitting 60 and my heart will jump and thump. Oh, oh, what a bump. Us on a bus, kisses intimating that we're waiting till it's time to light the lamps. Head for tourist camps, that's us on a bus, yeah. We send the folks a while back home. Speed up, step on the gas, and as we roll and roll and roll along, let's sing a song. Us on the bus, getting off Jake, time from big time. Today the driver calls all out Niagara Falls to us on a bus, yeah. All out swing set.
Typical Fats, us on a bus. I mean, I've said it before, but, is it possible not to like Fats Waller? The combination of that exuberance, the wonderful pianism, and just the general joy for life, and great sort of stride playing as well. A real mixture of bonkersness, great skill at the keyboard, and brilliant presentational style. And as I say, would have been fantastic to see him live in his pomp. I think in a small setting would have been brilliant. And the sort of music, it doesn't seem to date. It still sounds quite modern to me and sort of fun. I mean, it's fun, but doesn't sound dated like some of the stuff from the 20s and 30s or whatever. You think, oh yeah, very much of its time. You can imagine playing that and it still sort of has that slight edginess to it almost. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Us on a bus with the wonderful Fat Swanner. Right, we're going to go sweet again, why not, and back for some bit more Christmassy stuff before the end of tonight. As I said, sprinkling tonight, and there'll be more heavy, it might even be all Christmas sprinklage next week, so it's almost Christmas then, isn't it? If you don't get a chance to play the Christmas tracks then, you never do. So yeah, we'll have more Christmassy, and of course anything you'd like to hear, if I've got it and can play it, we will do. Christmassy or otherwise, but I suppose next week ideally Christmassy, shouldn't it be? So if you can, give us a shout. Let me know what you'd like to hear. Howard Kane at maxradio.com. Kane, C-A-I-N-E, and that will be lovely. We'll see what we can dig out. If you've got any Christmas requests by jazzy, big bandy, nostalgia-y, sweetie type artists, you know the sort of fare we have on this show. But yes, if you've got any lovely ideas, I'd be more than happy to try and indulge you. It is Christmas. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Giving and sharing and giving and all the rest of it. In the meantime, we are going to go, as I say, on the sweetie side of things again. Those 12 days of Christmas with Father, not Gardner or Fardner, Father Sidney McEwen at chorus back in the 1950s. Definitely ticks the sweet box, this one.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
4 calling birds,
3 French hens,
2 turtle doves,
and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
5 gold rings, 4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
6 geese a laying,
5 gold rings,
4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 7 swans a swimming,
6 geese a laying,
5 gold rings,
4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the eighth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
8 maids a milking,
7 swans a swimming,
6 geese a laying,
5 gold rings,
4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the ninth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 10 lords a leaping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking,
7 swans a swimming,
6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings,
4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
11 pipers piping,
10 lords a leaping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking,
7 swans a swimming,
6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings,
4 calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, it's always a classic, isn't it? In whatever version you hear it, one way or another, folky or straight, very much like that. It's always true, though, isn't it? Once you get beyond 5 golden rings, people normally, up to 5, everyone's fine. Then after that, it gets vaguer and vaguer as you get up towards 11 and 12. Is it 11 pipers, drummers, lords? Hang on. 11 time? Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? At least if you're like me, it is. That usually seems to be the case when you hear people singing it without the words. 5, 6, 7 swans, yeah. 8, is it maids? 9, lord, I can't remember. Anyway. It's great stuff, and if you're lucky enough to be at Winterfest this year, you'll have seen yours truly with Brother Chris doing a version of that with the help of 12 unlikely suspects from the audience coming up as well to do the actions. Yeah, you had to be there, really. Father Sidney McEwen, who, I think I'm right in saying, despite the fact he sounds Irish there, was actually a Glaswegian with Irish roots, and made a great success out of singing traditional songs like that, but actually carrying on the role of a parish priest as well, a proper singing priest. Like Father Sean, I imagine. I imagine Father Sean was a singing priest, whether at home now or over in the Philippines. I like to think so in any case. And a very happy Christmas to you, Father Sean, if you're listening. That about wraps it up, I think. For this one more before the big day, as they say. So it will be as festive as we can make it, I think. In the meantime, make sure you've got all your preparations done. Stay warm and safe. Look out for your loved ones. Remember, it's all about giving, not so much receiving. And we will be back same time, same place next week. So until then, cheerio.
La